Hey, what is up, your rainbow royalty? I'm Miss Explains and welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how to deal with dysphoria. So if you don't know what dysphoria is, basically the loose kind of term for it is where somebody is feeling uncomfortable with how they look, sound, feel, etc. And that generally has something to do with their gender, but not always. For example, I experience chest dysphoria even though I am a cis female. So let's get into the tips. So number one is to just vent or talk about it to somebody. So whenever I'm feeling really stressed about it, sometimes just venting to somebody and having them listen can be really helpful for me, and it just makes me lose some of that tension that I have built up. Secondly, is to meditate. And I personally meditate every single day, but meditation can be really helpful because not only does it help you to relax, but it also can help to strengthen your mental capacity and your ability to recognize that you are tense from dysphoria and help you to slow those thoughts and feel more comfortable. My third tip is to do something that makes you feel happy. Do some sort of activity or something like that that makes you really happy or excited. For example, I just completely forget about my chest dysphoria when I'm cooking, so that could be something you can do. Or playing instruments, drawing, whatever hobby that you have that kind of gets you into a mindset that lets you forget about your dysphoria. And this also includes any physical activity, so weightlifting, running, aerobics of some sort, something that makes your body move. It can be really helpful because it can help you release some of the anger or stress or tension. Fourth, which is similar to the first one, is to just find like a little support system or a person or animal to just kind of like cuddle with or hug or just have around to make you feel a bit better. Fifth is to take deep breaths. And for me, deep breaths has worked, but sometimes it can only be temporary, so you really have to focus on just keeping to take those deep breaths, and it will help to relax your body. My sixth one is to try and distance yourself from your dysphoria. This is kind of hard to explain, and I just kind of separate my mind from my dysphoria. So what I do is I consciously think, for example, that my chest is not really a part of who I am. So like, I want to have a flat chest, and I just think that the chest itself is just kind of separate from me and only temporary. Number 7 is to do something sensory, something that is just going to completely change your mindset quickly. For example, if you just go outside and it's really hot, then you'll just completely forget about your dysphoria because it's just an instant change and you just pay attention to that instead. Number 8 is to try and rationalize. So a lot of times when you experience dysphoria, your mind is making up lies about how you look, sound, feel, etc. Like, it makes it much more extreme than it actually is. So if you feel like you possibly can, this is a lot harder and more advanced to do, but try and rationalize the thoughts in your brain and say, wait a second, this is too extreme, this is not what's actually true. Number 9, which is kind of an extension of the last one, just be realistic with what's going on. And what I mean by this is to acknowledge what you can and cannot change. And that's sometimes really hard to accept, but keep in mind that there are some things that you can do to make you feel better, and that is something that you can look forward to. Which leads me to number 10, which is look to the future, to what you may accomplish. So what I mean by that is if you are going to do like hormone therapy or something in the future, then you can think about how, yes, right now you're really struggling and it's really hard and that's completely valid, but in the future, you'll finally get that relief. And that's something, when I think about that, it really helps to keep me going. And my last and final tip, do things that give you gender euphoria, not dysphoria, so it makes you feel comfortable. For example, if you experience chest dysphoria like me, put on a binder or wear really loose baggy clothing, etc. Things that make you feel like you. So I hope these tips helped you, and I wish you the best of luck with your dysphoria. And remember that it will get better in the future, and one day you will feel that relief and it's gonna feel amazing. So just keep holding on to your hope, because it will get better one day.